Welcome back to the Flash Fire Fundraiser. We are raising money for Emery's family, who sadly lost their home in a fire a few weeks ago. Hey everybody, I'm Cupcakes, and I'm going to be hosting for the next few runs. But y'all don't want to hear me talk, so I'm just going to kick it right over to Helix. Helix, take it away.
What's up everyone, I'm Helix, as previously mentioned. This is Super Monkey Ball. This is a launch title for the GameCube based off of the Monkey Ball arcade game. It's almost a direct port, not quite, but just about. So I will be running the category all difficulties, no extras, warpless, and that's a mouthful, but I'll break it down a little bit. I don't want practice mode, we're not practicing. Time for practice ended. There are going to be three sort of difficulties that you'll see here. So all difficulties, we're playing all three of them. No extras means I won't be taking the extra stages. There are extra stages at the end of these difficulties. For beginner and advanced, I would have to complete them without dying. And expert, I would have to complete them without using a continue. Complete the base stages without using a continue to get to the extra stages. That's obviously not very marathon safe, so we're not going to do that. And Warpless means I won't be taking warp goals, which are more difficult goals that skip levels. So we will be seeing all of the base levels in these difficulties. So it still shows off most of the game. But if you do want to see some of these extra levels, there is a little bonus run you can donate toward. If we reach $11,000 raised for Emery's family by the end of this run, then I will show off Expert, Extra, and Master with a pretty cool glitch. So I think we need, last time I checked it was $830 before the end of this run. I've seen more difficult goals met. We can do that. So when I start, you'll have like 20-ish minutes to get those in, like 22, 23. Don't think there's anything more I have to say. This is like the first time in a long time I haven't had a character bid war, so I'm just gonna play as Baby. And I can explain that in a little bit. Why I chose Baby, because there is sort of a reason, not a huge reason. This is not the start of the run, by the way. I'm actually just doing load minute, because you might as well save a second or so from the better load. Just gonna load into beginner and exit right out. I will be playing these in order. Alright. I think I am good to go. Without further ado, Cupcakes, do you want to count me down?
Sorry, I had cheese balls in my mouth. Could you say that again?
Do you want to count me down?
I certainly can do that.
Alright.
From 3?
Yes. On go.
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1, go!
So the very first thing you're going to see me do is move diagonally. If you're not familiar with Monkey Ball runs, this might seem a little bit weird. You know, I'm not moving straight forward, going diagonally at the start. This is called boosting. This game pulls inputs in a square. So moving diagonally means you accelerate faster because the input is stronger, because it's farther away from the center. That is the main movement mechanic of this game. It also helps in the air. It helps you stay in the air a little bit longer because your input's stronger. You go farther in the air. That doesn't matter too much for this game, it matters a little bit more in Super Monkey Ball 2. But it might be useful in a couple spots. We're coming up on a bonus stage right now. Floor 5 is always a bonus stage. Floor 5 and then floor 10 and every 10 after that is a bonus stage, except for the final stage in each difficulty. Bonus stages, we just want to fall out of them as quickly as possible because they don't take a life, and they don't make you replay them when you fall out, because they're bonus. Ooh, this is not good. Okay. I guess we're backing this up. Sure. Interesting. I wanted to sort of fall between those platforms and go directly into the goal, but that works. Coming up on floor 8, I will be doing the first pause strat of the run. Super Monkey Ball is entirely deterministic, meaning if I do the same input on the exact same frame every time, I will always get the same result. So check this out. 73 goes to, I think this works? Goes to 80. Yeah, okay. So I was using the timer at the top of the screen because it's frame accurate. I was using that to check what frame I'm on, basically. Rebuffering to a frame I liked. And then using the notches in the game controller to hold specific inputs. And that lets me follow a list of instructions to do strats that would otherwise be completely impossible. We can essentially be a task in real time. And beginner's done. We're going to exit out immediately because otherwise I would have to watch a cutscene. Actually, didn't die at all, so I would have gotten to play the extra stages, but we're not doing that because that's slow. Hopping right into advanced. And you might notice some of these stages, like this one. Floor 1 of advanced is a lot like floor 1 of beginner, just with a little bump. Some of these stages build off of previous levels, is the point I'm getting at here. This stage is a great... Oh, yep, okay. Awesome. This is a great example of the relatively inconsistent collision in this game. If you're going at a really high speed and you go at like a small bump or a ledge or something and you want to sort of clip up off of it, it doesn't always work. Sometimes you just roll right over it and you don't get anything helpful. And that, in the community, is called a zorp. So if you ever hear me say, oh, I zorped, that means I didn't get collision when I expected to get collision. So there, on walking, I would say I zorped. On walking. Floor 2. All of these stages have names in Super Monkey Ball Deluxe and Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. So if you ever hear me call a stage by a name, that's why. Floor 2 is called Walking in Deluxe and Banana Mania. So there is a warp goal behind me, but I will not be taking it. If you see any differently colored goals, those are warp goals. They skip stages, but we are playing Warpless. We do not want them. And this is one of the most difficult strats in the entire run. Oh, I almost got it. That was really close. Beautiful. That was actually, like, picture-perfect second try. Floor 8 is not super eventful, but Floor 9 will be, because I'm gonna go for a really just ridiculous pause strat that only saves a couple of seconds. It's 5 frames. So I will be attempting to hit 5 separate frames. Some of them have backups, like a lot of the pause strats in this game have backups. So here we go. 75, I want 48, I want 58, I want 86, and then there's a range here for this last one. Awesome, first try. Yeah, that's one of the most ridiculous pause strats in the entire game, just because it doesn't even save that much time. If I'm doing it in PB attempts, I actually like to do the last frame without pausing at all. It's a large enough window to where I can reliably go for that. So yeah, it just helps to skip that auto-scroller of a stage. Cheeky little clip here up to the goal. What's the next thing to talk about? Floor 14 will feature these things called Jamma bars, and they move with the tilt of gravity. Because you tilt gravity in this game. Lots of people think, you control the monkey, or you control the stage. The most accurate way to describe it, at least in my opinion, is you control the tilt of gravity. And these Jamma bars help prove that. But I'm going to manipulate gravity in such a way to make the stage extremely quick. Oh, I didn't quite get that last one. No! You know what? I'm just gonna fall off and do that again. Oh, that's right. I have to wait for the continue thing now. Taking continue slow. You have to wait for this. It's not a huge deal. I do have infinite continues, so it doesn't super matter. There we go. That's how that should look. That is one of the most difficult strats to learn because it's so... The inputs happen so quickly and it's so nuanced. Another pause strat. Okay, I missed it immediately. I missed the very first frame. You can do a pause strat here to skip over directly to the goal. It's another just absurd one. 4 frames. And keep donating for that little bonus run at the end here. We're already into advanced, so the rest of this, and then expert, and then I'm done. Floor 17 is funny because, you know, it looks like there's a ton of stage here to play. Whole obstacle course, you could call it. But not really. Just skip the first part, we can go over here, and then just sort of fall down to the goal platform. Floor 18, you can see there are a bunch of goals on this stage. Don't know why. It's not like we're gonna use any of those differently colored ones. Don't know what they're doing there. I just want the blue goal. Once again, we are not warping stages. You might recognize this level. It's Beginner 9, but there are 2 of them. And the stage is, I think, actually faster than Beginner 9 because you can just drop down like that. This is my least favorite bonus stage because it's actually really difficult to escape. This wall here is hard to bounce over. You have to time that input perfectly. And here's the hardest boss strat in the game. 6 frames. I missed the first one. I'm just gonna fall out. 51, 26, 26, 76, 66. There it is. This is a 2-frame window for the last one. Got it. 6 frame perfect pauses. Well, except for the last one, which is a 2-frame range. And we basically skip past that entire auto-scroller. One of the sickest things in the entire game. I love that pause strat, but it is really hard. There is a backup for it too. There's like one backup for it, and it's also pretty difficult. In PvE attempts, people normally pause a little bit faster than that, but I'm pausing very carefully to make sure I hit these frames and get to show off these strats. Coming up here is another one of the most difficult puzzle strats in the entire game. This is actually an IL strat. IL meaning individual level. This is something that people would do to... Whoa, I had a really weird clip there. This is something that people would do to try and get the fastest time on this individual level. For the blue goal anyway. And I just did it in a run. With that, I think we are ready for some messages from Cupcakes if you have anything to say.
Oh, I definitely have a few things to say. Starting off with $30 from Anonymous. No comment, but thank you so much. And you were talking about character choices earlier. There are a bunch of character choices for rolled out. One of which is Snow Cone the Chicken, which has nothing donated to it right now. And this just makes me sad deep down inside. So if we can get something at least to put Snow Cone the Chicken on board, that'd be great. Thank you very much.
I love rolled out. That's another marble roller. And I speedrun that one too. I believe I will be on commentary for that one. And it's... Trust me, stick around after this run, you'll definitely want to see that game, and donate to that bid war. You can donate to that bid war, and it counts toward the 11,000 that we need by the end of this run for my bonus run. That's the weirdest floor 30 I have ever played. What was that? I'll take it.
Expert.
So with that, we're on to Expert. The first split of Expert, the first 10 levels or so, each 10 level is generally referred to as a split, because people normally split after a set of 10. Anyway, first 10 levels in Expert are some of the hardest in the entire game. Normally, if I'm doing PvE attempts, I would actually start with either Expert or Advanced, just because Expert has such a high density of difficult strats, and the beginning of Expert is very difficult. This is a really cool strat, though. I'm gonna get launch up here, and then bounce over into the blue goal. That is the fastest way to get into the blue goal. It doesn't look like it, but it is. And it is extremely flashy. And they put some walls on this level to try and stop us from doing exactly what I'm about to do here. It didn't work. They tried, but it didn't work. This is the same bonus stage from before. The bonus stages do repeat themselves. So floor 10 will be the same, floor 20 will be the same. Really important pause strat here. This one saves a whole bunch of time. And it's only 2 frames. One of the easiest, most important pause strats in the entire game. And here's floor 7. This is the only time in the run that I'm going to call for quiet time. Doing a pause strat to skip this first part. Ooh, boy, yeah, okay. If you played this game as a kid, that rail is an absolute menace, and you know this. Okay, you're not getting the pause strat this time, that is okay. Wow. Okay, not the cleanest I've ever done that, but it works. My pausing is just a tad rusty because I've been playing a lot of Banana Mania, the new Monkey Ball game that came out in October. And the movement's slightly different in that game. Oh, what was that? Destroyed myself on the party ball. The party ball in this game is very mean. If you hit it, you're going flying. No exceptions. But you don't want to hit that. There's a really cool skip here on floor 9 that is not the most consistent thing in the world because, again, collision. Oh, but I first tried it. That was awesome. Yeah, 54 is a really good time, too. And this bonus stage is back. We're just gonna leave. No banana collection for me. If I were doing Master and worried about continuous, then maybe I would be collecting the bananas to try and get some extra lives, but I don't super care right now. Another really fun pause strat here. You can just bounce off these bumpers and I can hold upright this entire time and into the goal. Oh, I never mentioned, there is an input display in the corner of my webcam. You've probably seen it. This just shows with my joystick inputs. So if you're wondering how I'm doing these strats, you can see. Should have mentioned that earlier, but I forgot that I put it there. Beautiful floor 12. I had to have really good movement there in order to make that cycle. Floor 13 is funny. You can just sort of do that and skip over to the goal. Floor 14 is pretty difficult, but I'm going to be using a pause strat to essentially skip over the level. Oh, I missed the frame. Never mind, no I won't be. You're gonna get to see me actually... Yeah, okay. I haven't actually played this level in a while. I've just been doing the pause strat. The only thing I practiced for this event was the pause strat, and I hit it every time until just now. Classic marathon stuff. There we go. I'm finally going to mention the reason I'm playing Baby. It's just because Baby's model is smaller, and so it's easier to see on rails and such. That is the only reason. Every character in this game, physically, you know, their physics are the exact same. They play the exact same. So it's just personal preference which one you want to use. That was a very strange floor 16. I, like, bonked against the wall. I didn't mean to do that. I'm surprised I still finished it. Super cool pause right here. Looking for 29.85, and then we're going to get hit back into that wall and just hop over the rest of the stage. Absolutely wild pause strat. We have time for, like, if there are any donations, like, 1, maybe 2 if they're quick, or any other messages you might have.
Well, let's see what we've got here. We have $100 from Musical Daredevil. Thank you for having me on the host mic the past couple of days to help Emre's family. Let's get that bonus run.
Huge shout out to Musical Daredevil. Awesome host work. Here's floor 20 again. Let's see if I can escape again. Looks good. Yep. Okay. If you fail that escape, you're stuck there forever. Like, it's so hard to get out if you fail that. Because that setup is so precise. But it works every time because the game's deterministic. But if you fail it, good luck. And collision is going to rear its ugly head again on this stage. There's just lots of clips going on here and lots of things that can happen, and that went... I was going to say it went very well, and it was going very well until the end, but I saved it. Oh, I almost spoke too soon. I'm glad I was able to save that. There is the universe in which I'm not able to save that. Let's just say that. You like ridiculous pause strats? Because I'm going to go for another one here. It doesn't even skip the entire level, which is the funniest part. This is 65. 36. 85. Yes. Just land on the ramp. Awesome. Wow, I am mildly shocked that I just hit that. That is hard. Wow, okay. That one also has a backup, but the backup is like... The backup's not easy either. It was essentially 5 frame perfect inputs that I had to do there. 5 frame perfect pauses, rather. Wow, look, another really cool strat. This game is just full. This is why you should speedrun this game. Oh, this is bad. Wait, I can save this. Nice! Okay. I didn't get as much height as I wanted to, and I managed to adjust and save it. Got up the focus site for finding some frames for this pause strat. Did the last one pauseless because I could. Just another instance in which the range is big enough. Going to be pausing on 1 frame here, just to set this up. I'm going to the goal very easily and quickly. You can throw yourself at that stage, pauseless, and sometimes you'll skip over, sometimes you won't. So the pause is just for consistency. There aren't that many instances where I pause for consistency in this game, just because I'm so good at it, I'm so practiced with it. This stage is sometimes one of them. I'm not going to in this run because I want you all to see what can happen here. I need collision from the end of this conveyor, and I got it, but I didn't have much speed. Yeah, okay. I think it's probably because I forgot to boost at the beginning. Sometimes you don't get collision at the end of this conveyor, and you just don't get popped up like that, and you just fall. And it has killed my runs. The worst it's ever been was in a marathon, and it killed me 7 times in a row. So, yeah, we don't always like that stage. There are 20 levels here. If you are still planning to donate to try and make a final push for that bonus run, this is your last chance. We will be ending pretty soon. There's probably like 5-ish minutes left, maybe 6. This is the thinnest mandatory wire in the game. Obviously not right now, but at the end of the stage. The thinnest mandatory wire in the game up to this point. And if I die here, it's a lot of time loss, as you can imagine. Nice. If you're on good pace, you always tense up a little bit around there, because dying there is... Depending on how optimized your PB is, it can be run over, because that's, you know, upwards of 20 seconds. You have to play the whole level again. There's not too much going on for these next 2 levels, but level 36 I do need to talk about, because that has another ridiculous pause strat. Similar to the one you saw in Advanced 21, where I'm going to be flinging myself around, bouncing off of bumpers, and then getting into the goal. This one is a little bit easier, 5 frames, and I feel like it has better cues. I think I'm better at it. 60. Whoa, I completely unpaused. Okay, sure. 71. 15. I'm just gonna keep trying this. I have plenty of time. This run's been going pretty well. The way I'm pausing is sort of rolling my thumb from B to start to exit the pause menu and bring it back up again immediately. I missed the frame again. And it's really easy to accidentally advance too many frames, accidentally hit the buttons too quickly, so the game just completely unpauses. Stuff like that. And there it is. There's the pause strat. Alright. Neat little setup here on floor 37. We can boost at the start, fall off immediately, and just go into the goal like that. I love that setup. And this is another good time for any messages from the host. You've got like 5 or so levels here.
Alrighty, well, I do just want to remind everybody that we are here to raise money for Emre's family, who sadly lost their home to a fire in early January. The money raised here today is going to go towards demolition costs, and they are very tremendously grateful for all of the support we are given. Once again, we do have that character bid war for rolled out. Looks like Flotsam the Axolotl, I hope I pronounced that right, is winning right now with a lot, followed by Chartreuse the Giraffe, and Snowcone the Chicken, sadly, is still way down at the bottom.
Fun fact about rolled out is that every character, except for Rook the Field Unit, uses they-them pronouns. Rook uses she-her. So, I really like that. As a non-binary person myself, I very much appreciate that. That bid war will be closing very soon. That run is next, and Sloth will need to know at the start of that run. Ooh, here is one of the only major strat developments this game has seen in the past, like, year. What's the letter? I think it's 5618. Yeah, here we go. You can do this pause strat to skip over the stage. It's a massive strat development. We've been looking for that strat for years, and we finally found it. This game doesn't have much left to find. I don't want to call it a solved game, but like, it's starting to feel that way. Still super fun to run. But there's not too much left to discover, just because the stages are so relatively simple in nature, and this game has been out for over 20 years. For this stage, there is actually a pause strat for this stage. It's 5 frames, and it saves like a second if you pause it well. So, I don't dare go for it, at least not yet, but you can make this faster if you really want to. Now, we are coming up to the end of the run pretty soon. Time will be when I hit the goal tape on floor 50. So, we're going into the blue goal here, and we get to play my least favorite stage in the game. They put stairs in my ball game, and I can't forgive them for this. This stage is awful. Luckily, we had a setup for it, but if you don't know that, oh, it still happened anyway. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. You can just get stuck on these stairs forever. I can't believe I messed up that setup. If we didn't have a setup, that stage would just be complete crapshoot. I don't like it. One of the last, I think the last major boss strat in the run is right here. And that basically replicates the IL strat. 2 levels to go. This one is really neat. It's so clean. The way I just sort of squeeze through those bumpers and bounce off the last one. Final boss strat of the run, excuse me, and time is when I hit the gold hit. And time. That was a sub 23 by my timing, which is really good for a marathon. I am very happy with that. We might as well let this cutscene play out. Well, we gotta close it though. Are we getting this bonus run?
Let me just double check real quick. Unfortunately, it does not look like we are going to be getting the bonus run.
That's alright. That just means y'all are gonna have to follow my stream, twitch.tv/helix13_. And you can see it there sometime.
You're making nothing but good points here.
And Emery's family still greatly appreciates any sort of support y'all are able to throw their way. Thank you all so much for raising over $10,000 so far. Even if we didn't hit this incentive, that is still fantastic. I love what the speedrun community can do when we all come together. I really do. And I'm happy to be here, happy to help out. I did some hosting earlier, you might have heard me then. And just happy to be given this opportunity to show off this game in front of a bunch of people. I've run this quite a lot. I just love speedrunning Monkey Ball. Shout out to the Monkey Ball community. While I'm at it, if you want to run this game for yourself, find me, message me. I would be more than happy to help you learn. You can find me, I already mentioned Twitch, Helix13_. That is also my Twitter. That's also, what else is it? My TikTok. I even have a TikTok where I upload Monkey Ball clips. I feel like there's another thing I'm missing. Maybe not. Regardless, yeah. Message me if you want to learn this game. Any Monkey Ball game, really, because if I can't help you, I know a lot of Monkey Ball games, but if I can't help you, I know somebody who can. And also shout out to Midwest Speedfest. I remember that. That's the marathon group I am part of. But with that, thank you so much, Cupcakes, for hosting. Shout outs to all the staff. Thank you, Emre, for having me. And I will see y'all maybe in the next run. Stick around, because Rolled Out is awesome. You definitely want to see it. If you like this run, you'll like that run, I promise you.